Welcome back to Syracuse, New York. And right before the break, there was an injured player timeout for Colgate, actually. And we are back underway. And 9:01 remains in the fourth quarter. We still have plenty of time to play, you know. And now in this place, we only have at least less or amount of fans that we have. And yeah.
CBA again won a state championship here at the Dome.
We only had at least fewer fans in this place.
Division I recruits who wanted to stay home and play for Fran Brown. How about the shiftiness on that run of Tyleik Hill? They are high on that true freshman out of Pope John, the 23rd in New Jersey.
Xavier Tolkien was right there to make the tackle, but you see the shifty play and the ability to maintain his balance and get up the field. A good job by Tyleik Hill.
After the hesitation, a little jump step outside. A little stiff arm at the end. That's a nice looking run. As Rowlison goes to the turf, Tyleik Hill out of bounds after another first down pickup of 12 yards.
And a jump cut to get to the outside, and once he gets to the outside, you see the speed to get up the field. Tyleik Hill, this is a guy that had a single season record, 2,372 yards and 27 touchdowns in high school. So, I mean, you know, he can get going.
Timeout, Colgate, they're first. 30 seconds.
Coach Fitz calls timeout. You see him smiling. He's not enjoying what's on the scoreboard, but this is a homecoming game. He grew up just about 30 minutes from here in Fulton, New York, and has a huge number of friends and family in the stands. And understandably, most of them are Syracuse fans, just not on this night. They got to wear the maroon of Colgate.
And, you know, they're not going to win this football game, but there are some positives that have come out of this game. Zach Osborne has played extremely well. I think, once again, Trayvon Saunders has shown you he's one of the better receivers in the country, no matter, you know, what level of play. And Reed Swanson has stood out to me tonight.
Yeah.
You know, the 6'6" receiver on the outside.
Well, only about an hour between these two campuses, and so a number of the Colgate fans have made it here to Syracuse. Malachi Coleman, another one of the true freshmen getting an opportunity. Trooper Price in there for Colgate.
And those are some of the plays that Coach Brown and his staff will be looking at and want to improve upon. When you've got your second-team offensive lineman in the game, they've got to be able to read that blitz package and not allow linebackers like Trooper Price to get penetration.
Collins at quarterback. He was a four-star, top 100 recruit nationally out of Baton Rouge. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Bounces it outside. Uses a block. Still on his feet inside the 15-yard line. An electrifying run for quarterback number 2, Ricky Collins. 15 yards on the pickup.
Love the play call, Doug, and what I also love is the way he's able to read his blocks. It's a designed quarterback draw. You see the guard to get up and cover up those linebackers as well as the back. And he gets it to the outside. And you see him, he's waiting on his receivers. And what the receiver does a good job getting his hands up in the air, just getting away. You know you're going to get a block, an illegal block if you make that blindside block. So just put your hands up in the air and get in the way.
Passing into the
And what is it? Touchdown, Syracuse again.
Gabe Daniels gets into the scoring column for the Orange on a 12-yard touchdown. And so that's noteworthy for Ricky Collins. On a sustained scoring drive, he throws his first touchdown as an Orange.
And you see Ricky Collins, he goes with the ball fake. He sees he's got man coverage on the outside. He throws it out where only his receiver can make a play on it. That's exactly how it's drawn up. You get the ball to the outside, a back shoulder throw. His receiver has to adjust and squeeze the football.
And so more true freshmen getting opportunities to play. Gabe Daniels is a young man from Atlanta. We saw on that drive Dante Bashai with his first reception. Fran Brown told us yesterday most of their best talent on the roster are freshmen and second years. Give him time. Get him into games like this against an FCS opponent and let them grow. He really likes some of the components he has on this roster.
And one of the things that Coach Brown talked about too is retaining talent.
What?
Young talent nowadays with the
What?
you have to be
Yes.
able to retain that talent along with going and getting additional talent.
Having a little fun, well, winners get washed. We saw a little shower right there. There's Ricky Collins. Again, he was a big-time recruit, stayed home for his first 2 years of college at LSU, but he backed up Jaden Daniels and Garrett Nussmeier. So he came to Syracuse and actually was named by Coach Brown in the spring as the #1 quarterback, but that was before Steve Angeli transferred in from Notre Dame and won the starting job in fall camp. But Collins has a lot of ability.
And in today's game, you've got to have two quarterbacks with the ability to play because of how physical the game is, because of the threat of injury. You definitely don't want to see anyone get hurt, but you have to be prepared and have two quarterbacks ready to play.
We are looking ahead to next Wednesday's ACCN women's soccer matchup. 7th-ranked Florida State squares off against number 19 North Carolina at Dorrance Field in Chapel Hill.
North Carolina Tar Heels take on the Florida State Seminoles by next Wednesday at 7 p.m. We'll have the women's soccer.
You're going to be rooting for the Noles in that one. Proud Florida State alumnus.
Absolutely.
Forrest Connolly.
If I can sneak one in, go Noles and nobody else.
Oh, come on. 35 years ago, you were the Berlin Wall, a huge lineman for Berlin High School in Connecticut, and your first.
So now in this place, we got just a fewer amount of fans that we have.
Mac was still here at that time. They wanted you to come, and you said no, thank you. In spite of having a great time on your recruiting visit.
Look, if I would have went to the school where I had the best recruiting visit, I would have been a Syracuse Orangeman. Coach DeLeon was the offensive line coach. He was a very animated, awesome person to talk to. I mean, I wanted to play for him, but when I got off the plane, the snow was up to my knees. I said no.
That was in August. I'm just kidding. Alex Sidkowski, the third-string quarterback.
And we're in the lead by
Bridge, New Jersey, out there for the first time.
by 35 points.
Also out there at tight end.
We're 35-point lead for Syracuse Orange.
The defense for Syracuse strung that out nicely, pursuing Danny.
So coming up in the month,
but he's able to pick
it'll
up
be time for the ACC tip-off, and which means you will see our women's and men's basketball teams will be featured on the ACC tip-off. And the first is the women's. The women's will be first. And some of them are going to be in the morning. Some of them are going to be in the afternoon.
He would have 300 or 400 all-purpose yards against us.
A lot of great Orangemen over the years out of the state of Connecticut. Big hit after the incompletion. They're on the stick. Zylan Moultrie Goddard. Yeah, Floyd Little from Connecticut.
South Carolina had beat North Carolina 3-2 in the rivalry for the women's volleyball. That's great.
Also from the Nutmeg State.
The great
Dwight Freeney. The eyes of the coaches and the eyes of the defensive players just light up. They get as big as saucers when they talk about the idea that Dwight Freeney is back on campus in practice, teaching them the spin move that they can't do, but he's showing them how to do it.
Well, what was interesting, they said that Dwight tells all of his defensive guys.
What the? Whoa! What the?
Bad snap. Syracuse comes up with a football. It hit the up back, and Syracuse was there to come up with a loose ball.
The ball was loose. We gotta pick it up, but we didn't take it to the house.
Junior recovers the fumble.
But back to Dwight Freeney.
Right, you need one move and you need one counter.
He said, yeah, perfect your move. And have a counter off of that, and that's how you become successful. And his move was getting lower than anybody else could and having been like you've never seen before.
Ricky Collins back out there. Gonna run. Takes a couple of shots. Gets bent back.
And the helmet came off.
And so he'll have to come off the field for at least one snap. And it looks like Luke Carney, the true freshman from Mesquite, Texas, will come in for at least one play. Connor Phelps making the big hit for Colgate. First opportunity for Carney. He's going to run for it.
And for a run for it. Touchdown, Syracuse again.
One true freshman after another scoring touchdowns for Syracuse.
And we put a very comfortable lead, the largest lead in the second half of the game, like we did in the first half.
And I don't know if that's an RPO play, but Luke Carney said, I'm going to keep the football.
Bam!
Most of my opportunity, and I am not mad at him.
Bam!
Snap as a collegiate player and one touchdown. Pretty good.
And he actually did the right thing. The defensive end crashed down, and he pulled the ball out at the mesh point and got around the edge. But I guarantee you, if the defensive end stayed outside, he was going to keep that football. He had a lead blocker coming around with him. He was not giving it up.
Trip Woody with another point after Syracuse adds to its lead. Carney was a real dual threat QB at Dallas Christian School. 111 touchdown passes. He rushed for 42 touchdowns.
Yeah, this has been a Friday night game.
Smiles now at that Syracuse.
Well, since we're indoors in the JMA Wireless Dome,
Coach Brown is going to have plenty to coach up
luckily,
after this game.
we are in indoors. So, which means we don't have to worry about a darn thing. It's a very perfect idea to have an indoor dome because it keeps everybody dry, warm, and all that stuff, especially from raining, you know.
They've got to shore up that running game a little bit more. I want to see more consistency there. Outside of that one big play up the middle, it wasn't really a consistent run game, so they need to work on that a little bit. But defensively,
We put up a very comfortable lead by 42 points. We put up a very comfortable lead.
This is now the fifth straight season with a 50-point game for Syracuse. That's tied for the longest streak in program history, originally set from 1914 to 1918. And here's what the 2025 Orange have upcoming. We mentioned
So for upcoming, we have take on Clemson Tigers on the 20th, 27th, Duke, then take on SMU on the 4th October, Pittsburgh on the 18th, Georgia Tech on the 25th, North Carolina on the 31st, Miami on November 8th, Notre Dame on November 22nd, then our last game will take on us Boston College on November 29th. So those are the games that's coming up. And of course, on week 2, our team has won it in overtime against UConn.
Top recruited quarterback who went to Alabama, and he can sling it. And in Cade Bell's offense, they're going to score a ton of points.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we will take a shower right after this game goes off, like after we end here. So again, we want to thank you all for making a great week of September on week 2. Week 3, week number 3 is coming up by next week coming up after this. And of course,
Casa Major, the starting running back, hit almost immediately, but he does get the first down.
And in games like this where you've got the game won, this is when the coaching staff continues to evaluate players, evaluate talent.
this is our second home game of this season. The last week of week 2 was our first, maybe.
And not just go for the big play, but play assignment football.
They go to the motion man. The pass complete. Jariah Sawyer once again. Senior from Tampa out of Plant City High School. Same high school as former Orange quarterback and tight end Rex Culpepper. Caleb Singleton in coverage. He's another one of the true freshmen getting an opportunity to play tonight for Syracuse out of Jacksonville, Florida. So we'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7. We're under. Well, we got 2.5 to go in the 4th quarter before we go to the 2-minute mark.
Makes the first man miss, able to get out close to a first down. Going to pick up maybe 7. Yes, that is a first down. Fatine Diggs on the tackle.
As a reminder, tomorrow, the college game day will be taking place live from,
Staying low and keeping your feet moving. Keeping a wide base, duck walking.
They'll be live from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Final 2:20 of this football game. Once again, running is Shaven. And he moves the pile for what's going to be about a 14-yard pickup. Zion Riddell, the Syracuse defender who brought it down, and that brings us to the 2-minute timeout. All orange tonight at the Dome.
We'll be right back on the other side. It's 2-minute timeout.